Dear MooJi, this one says, after the first revelation of God or presence within you, which did not come about through inquiry, if I have understood it correctly, was there still something incomplete which had to be completed by meeting Papaji? And it says, love, Divya. Somebody's asked this question. I'm reading these things for the first time also. This person is asking, after the first revelation of God or presence within myself, in my own experience, asking now, which did not come about through inquiry, if they've understood it correctly. Why they ask this question? Because for a very long time now, I have been meeting people with some questions like I did with you, and in the process of what's called self-inquiry, inquiring into the nature of one's true nature, one's true being, and finding tremendous insights, revelation, change, power, all this. But this person is asking, but that wasn't the way that you yourself entered into this spiritual journey. Let's use this word for now. That wasn't the way for you. Was there still something incomplete which had to be completed by meeting Papaji, who is my master? It's a good question. It all came about without my searching. I was not consciously searching, as much as I can say. I wasn't going around from place to place, from teacher to teacher, nothing like this. I was just living in London, working, painting. That was my love, to paint, and very creative expression. And I met someone who came to my door. It seems very casually, came to the door and asked, who made this stained glass inside the window? Because I had a piece of glass which I'd been working on, and somebody came and asked, knocked on the door. I was not there. My partner said, no, he's not here right now. But if you want, you can come by later and say hello to him. So as I came home, I was told this, and then this man came and introduced himself. My name is Michael. I live just around the corner. I saw your work in the window, and myself also I am making this type of work. So I wanted to meet you. But very, very quickly he said also, listen, I am a Christian. He felt it was important to say this. And in my house there's a church. And that's like this. And somehow I found it was very easy to be having conversation with him. And I felt drawn to it. I was brought up in a very Christian environment, community, so we are very comfortable with these kind of discussions. But I felt very comfortable with him, and after some few times of coming to my house, one day I asked him, when you pray next time, will you pray for me? And he said, why not now? Okay. So he prayed for me. I don't remember what he said even. But when he finished praying, myself said, please help me to understand. Please help me come into my heart, or something like this. Something very simple. And that was the beginning of something very new for me. A whole change of life, change of insight, everything. Actually, as this person left, I was on my own. Already something had started inside. I felt very energized, very sensitive, very, very happy and light. I didn't want to go to bed. I felt if I went to bed, I would sleep and wake up and it would be gone, this beautiful feeling. But in the morning when I woke up, there was still this shimmering joy inside my body. And I looked, the curtains were not completely drawn, there was a little crack in the window and the sunlight was coming into the room. And I looked at that sunlight like it was the first time I'd ever seen sunlight. Something was new for me. And it continued like that. Day after day, week after week, month after month, it was going like this. After a few days, a deep peace arose inside me, and it is still here now, that peace. I traveled in this place feeling very much caressed, embraced by God, because that was my only way of relating to this presence, a sense of presence, of great love and lightness. But my ego was not finished at all. I still had a sense there was me, and not so much doing my thing, because very quickly I could feel a very powerful sense of surrendering to this. This was, for some reason, that came very easy. Say, you know, what is surrender? I mean, I have nothing to offer. But please, whatever there is here, take it. You know? That was my attitude. So this is what they're commenting about. Why was that not enough? It was not finished there? I said, no, it's not finished. Just started. Not finished. We carry on, and my life continued to blossom and expand, and in understanding and love and openness. But still, they say, this question, was there still something incomplete which had to be completed by meeting Papaji? So yes, there was something like that. How do you know this thing? But just a feeling, a sense that sometimes things were beautiful. Another time it was some confusion came, something was already showing that. And then came an urge also to go to India, because I was not someone who read books. Even now I'm not so much reading books or nothing like that. But a great urge came inside to discover more about what was happening for me. And I somehow came across the teachings of a great Indian saint called Sri Ramakrishna from Calcutta. And I so fell in love with this saint who was not anymore in the body. And this urge, this love, really pulled me to go to India. I went to India for the first time in 1993. I did not know anything about Papaji, Sri Punjaji. I didn't go looking for any guru. As far as I was concerned, the saint who had attracted me to India was no more in the body, so I didn't expect to meet him either. Just to go and sit in his room, look at his slippers or something like this. Say, wow, this is a place where all these words came from, something happened in this house. I was so touched by the story of Ramakrishna. But I was in Delhi for a few days. And then somehow I didn't go to India with any map. I had no friends in India. I didn't have, Lonely Planet or something like that. I just went like this. And in my hotel it said, bus tours to Rishikesh. And I'd heard this name, Rishikesh, this holy place. Oh. So I left all my things in a hotel in Delhi and took a bus to Rishikesh for the weekend, just with a plastic bag. So I come back on Monday. I never returned for 6 months. For my clothes in that hotel. In fact, I didn't go back there. Somebody else went and picked my clothes there. So I was in Rishikesh. I met some devotees of Sri Punjaji. And through meeting them, their devotion, their love, I feel these people were sent for me. They were sent for me. Because through them I came to meet Papaji. They were so insistent, please come with us, you have to meet Papaji. I said, who's Papaji? You just have to meet Papaji. Okay? I said, we've got a book to show. I saw this one for the first time. Ah, yes. But I was still being polite. I had no real interest in it. So, yeah, it looks very nice. So you have to come to meet him. We are going back tomorrow to Lucknow, they said. And I didn't feel it in my heart. I said, no, give me the address and I'll come. And they were so insistent. Then in the morning before leaving, again they came at my door. We are going, we have one space in the car. Will you come? I said, no, I won't come. And then they left. And after they left, I didn't want to stay in the place anymore. Anyway, I went to a place called Varanasi, and then I went to Papaji after 10 days to meet this fasting. Was there still something incomplete which had to be completed by meeting Papaji? Yes, it was. God led me to Papaji. Why didn't God finish me off? Why did he have to lead you to Papaji? There wasn't the capacity inside to meet God in the way that I needed to. I had to meet him through Papaji, through a human being, a human body, who could speak a language that I could understand. So I went to meet Papaji, and after spending many months there, I didn't walk away from there with understanding, basically. He killed me. So a kind of dead man is talking to you and telling you a dead man's story. It's Divya. I don't know what else to say about that.